my norm. Maybe I quit working on me. Maybe I given up. Maybe I've been lying to myself. Maybe I give a fuck. Enough to make you black out. Get a mag out. Aim it at the sky while I'm running from the black cloud. Playing cat and mouse. As I watch it hovering over my glass house. Enough to make you spaz out. Pull a Mac out, aim it at the sky while I'm running from a black cloud.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ARP, Rapid Entertainment is the movement, back in another video for y'all. Mr. Battle Truth, very interesting statements that you made in your blog. I want to apologize to everybody out there seeing the title. I mean, this says like a response to Battle Truth or a discussion to Battle Truth. Let's be clear, I'm not doing the controversy that we've seen all 2017 with bloggers going at each other and all that. I don't got time for it, I don't got the energy for it, I don't care for it. I think more than 80% of that shit is lame, so this is not that. Also, before we jump into all these examples, I want to remind you how hard of a job it is to be a battle rapper, a credible, strong blogger, a credible, strong media outlet, or platform/league owner. It's not an easy job. Everybody has incidents. You're using leagues and platforms in your blog to make points that have had incidents themselves. Shit like that is what makes me question how long you've really been paying attention to battle rap. Let's break this down into 6 chapters. The first one being knowing when not to overreact. Battle rap is such an aggressive sport, for lack of better words, or competition. These guys is really getting at each other. They're saying things that's crossing the line in each other's faces, spitting on each other, pushing each other. So even though these people are signing up to do this, and we want to push them to be professional, every battle still has that fine line. You got to be able to read that sometimes. It's not an easy job. But let me give you a few examples here, just so you understand what I'm talking about.
I have the eye in front of your chest like the Incredible.
You be a bully. I can literally push Arsenal around. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You was in my shit. Chill, see? When
around drinking water, you got me like,
nah, hold on.
If they indict me, I give a
See, now those are all examples on the RBE channel of when you have to question, am I about to ruin the battle? Or are they just working through a certain moment and we about to get right back to the bars? It's not an easy job, but yeah, you have to know when not to overreact. Chapter number 2, knowing when there's a limit. So if crossing the line is a 5 and somebody goes to a 6 or 7, you got to make sure that nobody gets disrespected further to a point where it doesn't pop off and go to a 10. It's not easy. Once again, you gotta catch this shit at a split second. Are they working through this? Is it just a moment of the battle? Or is it really getting closer and closer and closer to an issue? Let's take a look at some examples.
Let me talk my shit. We can go out back. We can go out back. If you feel some type of way, we'll go out back after this.
Mama don't say the wrong things. That's on everything I love.
It's whatever.
That's on everything I love. Do not say the wrong things.
Why was Shook damn near ripped your pockets off your jeans? You ain't do shit, Lotta. Cause you a bitch, Lotta.
Chapter number 3, knowing when it could pop off. So if the last one was, okay, the limit is crossed, knowing like, nah, it's at that point. And really all you need is another moment for somebody to get swung on or some shit like that. And you wanna know what's crazy? Like, how about all the league owners and hosts that sacrifice themselves, that don't necessarily have that drama with these two battlers at the moment, but they putting themselves in the middle of the shit and putting yourself dead in the middle of the fire when one of these sides might pop off at any split second actually saves a lot of shit. There's a lot of battles that completed because somebody jumped in and made sure it didn't pop off so that a blogger like yourself or the fans could watch a complete battle.
Yo, stop talking while I'm rapping, my nigga. Stop talking while I'm rapping. Stop talking while I'm rapping. It don't matter. You stop talking, my nigga. You stop talking, my nigga. Fuck, I'm rapping. Show off, nigga.
Yo, make some noise, y'all. Make some noise.
You ain't built for the boiler room with that. Yo, don't touch me, y'all. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't touch. Don't smack my hand.
Old niggas. You old niggas. We good.
Chapter number 4, heckling and people in the crowd ruining battles. Once again, this is shit that happens at every league, but you mentioned Big Cannon versus Craig Lamar, so let's take a look at that footage. You're talking about a situation with a young lady that has come to multiple RBE events, introduced herself to me, told me that they was a very, very big supporter and appreciated what we do. When that situation is going on, you got Craig that's provoking it a little bit by making fun of Shorty in the crowd. You got Cannon, he's trying to use it to his advantage. And you got me telling Shorty, you know, chill out, calm down. Like, I don't want to be the person that's kicking a million people out of these events that they're paying to see. Even at this moment right here, you could see Dr. God looking at me for almost visual instruction. And then by the time that glass broke, it's like, all right, that's it. Dr. God and security escorted that young lady out because it was just too much. Like, we tried to work with the person.
You are his sister.
But what are we talking about here? Leagues kicking fans out of events? Like, maybe you didn't know that that fan unfortunately was escorted out of the building. Maybe you only wanted to focus on the fact that the heckling screwed up some of Cannon's rapping for a second. Now, chapter 5 and 6 are going to be tied together. Let's talk about league owners and hosts reacting and jumping out there and getting control of the situation. Okay. Let's go back to Ill Will versus Show Off. A situation where I actually lost it because of the heckling in the crowd that you want us to control so much. We actually had to sit down at the cutting table and think, how do we deliver this battle without chopping out any of the visuals? I get it. You want to make sure that you have a clean battle to watch. But the fire is at the live event.
Hey yo, y'all gotta shut the
My 16s get a stage life. Bone crusher, I ain't never scared. I'm strapped up like Metal Gear. Another man I will never fear. I work hard, blood, sweat, and tears. It ain't fair, please. I beat up the beat and make the snare bleed. No sudden moves, don't you dare breathe. ARP, I'm a rare breed. Shout out to Shotta too. I catch bodies, that's what I'ma do. I get you bodied like I'ma do. Team homie and we mobbing through. I'm doing great, nigga, how are you? Is it?
Situations like that you learn from, because we're all involved in the post-production editing of the footage, and we see the difference between acting out, being quiet, being reserved, or jumping on the fans, or jumping on the battlers. It's a big difference between a live event and footage. There's a lot of times where I know it's getting disruptive, but me with a voice, me with a microphone, me being who I am on that stage, I can make it that much more disruptive. There's a lot of times where I chill the fuck out. You gotta remember, crowd control is part of being an MC. I could jump into every single moment that I hear the crowd raising their voice. And you know how many times I'm gonna fuck up the battlers? I've explained this before on the channel too, actually.
The game Don't scream. They got mics on stage.
Now in that example, if I have a microphone, why would I tell somebody on stage that doesn't have a mic not to scream? Because I understand production. I've been doing this shit for a little second. I understand where the recording devices are, where the cameras are, what's going to be picked up on audio, what's just going to add further to the disruption. So I hope that we broke down enough information, gave some examples where people could get a little bit more of an understanding for what it's like being a host or a league owner or up on that stage in all these different situations to make sure that you still get perfect footage. Side note, I'm not one of those guys that has nothing to say when you praise them, but then the moment you say something that they disagree with, they jumping in interviews and blogs. That ain't me. I saw you say you copped the pay-per-view, so thank you for your support. I saw the statements of one of the best leagues and we deserve more promotion, the best league owners, great business. I appreciate all of that. So once again, this ain't about no challenge or no diss or no controversy. This ain't nothing but an alley-oop interesting topic to me. So there goes some new information for y'all. Magic vs. Zone is up next. Pearly Gates is going down November 4th. Of the 14 battlers on the card, we just did our first reveal. We gave y'all Ill Will. 7 of these guys have never been on RBE before. Like, I keep telling y'all, this is the best card we put together this year. Bunch of information coming, more battles, more trailers, more blogs. We're gonna keep letting y'all know what's going on with November 4th, Pearly Gates. I got y'all in a second. It's your boy.